Hey y'all, it's Jess from Hobby Jobby Creations, and today I'm just going to do a quick impromptu tutorial on how I hoop my hats, since lately I have been really putting down the hats. And if you have an EM1010, a Ricoma EM1010 machine, you know that hats are particularly difficult with that machine, but it can be done. You just have to mold yourself to the machine is the thing. So I'm going to try, and I saw some tips online and I started to utilize those tips, and I'm just going to let y'all know what I do using the tips that I found online, and I hope that this video helps somebody. And yes, this video is going to be in portrait mode instead of landscape mode because I intend to put this on TikTok. And as always, y'all, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I don't put out a whole lot of tutorials and I don't do a whole lot of long form videos. However, sometimes I do, and sometimes they might be helpful. So, but I do put out a lot of short stuff, so still like, comment, and subscribe for that stuff too. There's that. So I am going to hoop this Otto 5-panel hat, and I'm going to walk y'all through how I do that, and even through little step like how to protect your bill, because I don't know if you can see this, but that marking is where that bill rubs the machine real bad. And so to prevent hurting the bill, we cover it with tape. So just painter's tape, and don't leave painter's tape on anything for too long, or like, masking tape or anything like that, because it will leave residue. So, but if you're just doing like this for a little bit through a stitch out, you'll be fine. I've got that on there. Oh, one quick step. I don't know if it's gonna mess up my tape because I already did my tape. One quick step that I learned in one of the forums that I follow. Some people are not gonna like this. It's a trust the process thing. It really is. And I do it and it works. Take this bill and you are going to fold it backwards. I know. As far as he'll go. Like this. I know. But, so he's doing this thing right now. Trust the process. I've done a bunch of these hats. They turn out great, I promise. Alright, so now we're going to take it over to the hooping station. Now we're over here at my hooping station. This phone holder is not the best over here, so we're just going to wing it. Impromptu. I have my stabilizer. I just kind of fold that in the middle so it'll stay even. And then I just align that line up with the little notch that's right here on my hooping station. Now this tape just holds my stabilizer for me, so it doesn't slide around. It just makes it easier for me, and that's what I do. Now we're going to take our hat. I unclip him in the back. And then there's these two black prong guys down here. Okay. They're going to go inside the hat. Hat's going to go over this. Okay. Now, we're pulling the sweatband out from underneath here. Okay. And then you want to kind of leave the center of your hat, which is really easy with these because it's got that little notch there. You just kind of want to align it as best you can with that notch, and maybe even a little bit over to the left, because when you pull this thing over, it's going to shift the hat just a little bit that way. So I just put it I overcorrect it just a little bit to the left. All right. So then you're going to take this piece right here, this sweatband, and it's going to go underneath this silver piece right here. You're just going to kind of shove him under there. Now, this is where I used to get real confused, was right here. So I used to try and pull this up just slightly over this silver piece. Do not pull it up above that silver piece. You're going to want to have it off. So don't put it on there. So you're going to butt him right up to it though, and you're going to push down nice and hard in the center. All right. So now that I have him there, I just kind of put my hand down like this, and I can feel that he's tighter. Okay. So then Let me see if I can get y'all on a better angle. All right, so now we're over here. I have my hat there, just like we left it. Now, down here, I'm just kind of pulling that sweatband down a little bit, and I'm just holding him. Okay, I'm holding him with my thumb down here, flat, while I pull this thing over top of him. Okay, don't worry, he's going to shift a little bit. It's okay. Now, your teeth are going to go right in this crease. Right in that seam, right there. Don't put it on the sewn seam. Put it right on the seam where the bill meets the hat. Right in there. You're going to put it right in that ditch. And you just follow it along. Put all them teeth in that ditch the whole way across. Alright, now we're back on this side. We switch sides. And we're going to pull that out. And this little latch guy right here. See how there's space right here? You're going to take that bill and you're going to just put it underneath there. Okay? And you're going to keep them teeth still in the ditch all the way down. Keep this guy in there. You do a lot of work with like your fingers, holding things down and such. And then this little latch is going to go inside that little hooky guy down there. And we're going to pull him tight. Okay? So now the hat is quite smooth because that bill was flexed backwards, so he's not trying to fight me this way. And he's not sitting on top of this metal thing. Because if you set it on top of that metal thing, it is going to give you distance between the hat and the actual needle plate. And so it is going to create that bouncing, that flagging, and that's what's going to break your needles. So now that we're here, there's something else I do. People say not to do it, but it has worked for me, so I do it. I take these little clippies and I pull the hat tight. I pull it tight. And then I clip one there. And people can get mad, but this is what works for me. I pull the hat tight. Put him there. He's nice and tight right here. Very little bouncing going to happen there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And there's a reason I do the inside one first, the inside clippy. And it's because if I do this one first and then I try to do this one's going to fling off. So I do him first. And then I have my hat nice and hooped. He's hooped. He's protected. And so now he'll be able to go on the machine. You're just going to turn him this way to avoid hitting all the things. Slide it in. And then it's just going to ride on that track until it clicks right in. All right, I guess I could show you that in person. Let me see if I can manage it with one hand. All right, so he's off to the side. He's missing all that. And then he's going in there. Getting him onto that track. Turning him. There, see? Because that notch on your hat driver is just going to naturally slide into that spot. I was able to do it with one hand, one of my hairs. And there, the hat is on the machine. It's nice and flat right here. It's not going to be a flagging issue. Now, one last thing that I will absolutely suggest is I have my 10th needle. I have that one set up specifically for hats. So I have it specifically with these needles. And these have been an absolute game changer. They protect my thread a lot better when it comes to the hats. These needles, these are I think they're titanium. And they're a different color. So that's how I know which needle I have on which thing. But I usually only use number 10 for hats. So these needles are going to be gold as opposed to the silver needles. And these are sharp points, not ball points. And these guys are super strong. I use what do I have here? 80-12. I used the 80-12 on my hats. I've yet to break one of these. And yeah, these needles have worked wonders. Game changer, absolutely. But yes, so the bending of the bill of the hat, absolutely trust the process. But on my hats, I have bent the bills on all these hats, and then I just bend them right back. They have worked out. That process has worked out just fine for me. So bend that bill back as far as it can, and then when you're done, you can shape it back. It's going to go back. So bend the bill. Don't put the hat brim over that silver plate thing. Make sure it's off to the front. And make sure you have a titanium needle. And don't forget, set your machine speed down to the lowest level that it can go. Do not try and make that bad boy fly, because you will end up breaking something. But set it to the lowest setting, work your way up as you feel comfortable or as you feel like your machine is doing fine with this design. Then you start working your way up. But to start, set it to the absolute lowest level and work your way up from there and see where you're comfortable. And yeah, you should be good to go. And as I said earlier, if y'all could please like, comment, and subscribe, that would be awesome. I know I don't put out a whole lot of long form content, but I do a lot of short form content too. And sometimes I do some little tutorial-y things in there too. So sprinkle them in. But thank y'all so much for watching this video, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.